Hey everyone, welcome to the show. I have some truly explosive news to share with you guys. Don't use that term very often, but this is. This was reported over the weekend, and it proves that either Donald Trump's administration is just flat out lying about the Jeffrey Epstein case and his death, or they are the most wildly incompetent clowns on the planet. Could be a little of both. I should say there's a third option. So there's just no other explanation at this point, as you're going to hear. Before I dive into all these details, please do me a huge favor. Hit the subscribe button below this video. It gets more eyeballs on this information, which is so crucial right now. We're being drowned out by the Iran war, which I think was part of Trump's calculus and point. So please help out with that. It helps the show tremendously. So here's the latest. On Saturday, over this past weekend, the New York Post reported on some newly discovered Epstein documents. They were in this last batch that the DOJ released. They show that one of Epstein's prison guards, right before his death, Googled his name. She Googled his name within like 40 minutes of him being found dead in his cell. Here's why this is so incredible. This is a prison guard named Tova Noel. It's a woman. She searched the term, quote, latest on Epstein in jail. That was she did it twice. She did it at 5:42 a.m. and then again at 5:52 a.m. Okay, that was, again, 40 minutes before his body was found by another guard. Why would she be doing, like, you work in the prison. You work in that prison where you're overseeing him. You're one of the guards in charge of his block. Okay? And then to add to this same guard was made where she was found to have made a $5,000 cash deposit in her account like 10 days before Epstein's death. So Chase Bank flagged it as a suspicious, or in a suspicious activity report. And she was also, on a prison guard salary, reportedly making payments on a brand new $62,000 Range Rover. So I'm sure you guys all remember, the official story was, the guards didn't check on him. They were doing online shopping and then they fell asleep. And so they just failed to check on him. And then they falsified records and said, oh no, we did actually do our rounds. We did check on him. They found out, no, they falsified those records. They were charged, these two guards, and then the charges were later dropped. But it always seemed far more than coincidental that, they just happened to fall asleep and the cameras just happened to not be working when he died, and now to know she was seeking out information on Epstein that morning as if she knew there was going to be something in the news, as if she knew that something was going to go down. And I mean, you add all this together, it's like, seriously. And the Miami Herald, they also put out a report over the weekend, which added to the suspicious nature of all of this. So the Miami Herald put out this article. An inmate in this same prison told the FBI, so this prisoner was in the same cell block with Epstein. This prisoner said that he overheard the guards talking about covering up Epstein's death on the morning that he was found dead. Okay, this person, like I said, told this to the FBI. So this is in the documents. The Epstein documents include a 5-page handwritten report about this. It says that according to this prisoner, around 6:30 a.m., this prisoner, this inmate, heard the guards yelling, quote, breathe, breathe. And then he heard one of the officers say, quote, "Dudes, you killed that dude." And then he claimed that he heard a female officer reply, quote, "If he is dead, we're going to cover it up and he's going to have an alibi, my officers." Okay. The inmate said the entire prison wing heard it. Everybody in that block heard it. And then after word spread that Epstein was dead, all of the prisoners were saying, quote, "Miss Noel killed Jeffrey." Come on. Like, these people are just laughing at us at this point, right? The idea that he took his own life is absurd. It is preposterous at this point. All of the evidence points to either a homicide or the guy is gone somewhere, skipped out, and he's living in Israel. I mean, you have his autopsy, which showed broken neck bones on both sides of his neck, and then a hemorrhaging in his eyes. And the forensic pathologist, who's like one of the best in the world, said, yeah, those things are completely unusual, highly unusual for suicide cases. Like, you only usually see these things when strangulation occurs. And then you add in all the rest of the details that don't make sense, like the fact that we now know, based on these documents they just released, that they covered boxes with sheets and wheeled it out to distract the press that morning, like to make it look like it was Epstein under the sheet. Why? Who cares? Like, why would you try to do that and distract the press? Right? They all knew Epstein was in that prison. They knew it was him. What are you trying to distract from? And then we learned about, the missing minutes of the surveillance video. We've all seen the video of the orange figure that was moving up the stairs near Epstein's cell block, right the same night. And we know for a fact they're saying, no, it couldn't have been any of the prisoners. They're not allowed to just walk around at that time of night by themselves. It would not have been one of the guards. This whole narrative, everything they're trying to spin and feed us, is blatant bullshit. And like I said, all of these people have proven they're criminal in this. They are the criminals themselves at this point. FBI Director Kash Patel, Attorney General Pam Bondi, they all claim that they looked at all of this evidence, everything that is now leaking out, everything, or not leaking out, that they're putting out. They're saying to us, we've seen all this, we looked at it, and we concluded that, number one, there is no one else to go after, no co-conspirators, no one to find guilty other than Epstein, and he killed himself, and that is just proven conclusively. Where is that evidence? Where are those documents? Where's the stuff that Pam Bondi and Kash Patel say that they looked at, and it just completely cleared anybody else and just shut the door on homicide? Haven't seen any of that. Everything that has come out since they've made those statements refutes that entirely, is completely contradictory. I mean, where's the follow-up with these inmates? Right? Where are the notes? Where's the investigation of what this inmate said into what, this guard supposedly did? Where's the investigation into the money that was just, dropped into her account? Or why she was searching these terms on the morning of Epstein's death. I mean, she claimed in her deposition that, I don't remember searching for that. Like, they seriously think we're fools. They seriously think we are just going to buy this BS and we're going to move on. Not going to happen. We're not moving on from this. No, not happening. So anyway, guys, the cover-up continues. I will let you know when I hear more. Thank you so much for watching and listening. Please like, please share, and subscribe. Please donate if you possibly can. Love you all. Take care. Talk with you soon.